Hello everyone, today we are going to be drawing a monster from MySingingMonsters, and this is going to be one of the coolest ones. His name is BeMeebEth, so you can see here is released version 4.4 on September 4th, 2024, and like I said, he is just so cool. So whenever you're drawing something, it always helps to have a reference. So we have this promotional art, we have this one, we have this one, it's just like a close-up, and we have this other one, that's kind of just him relaxing, and this one, I think this is what we'll really use as a reference. So, as you can see here, let me see how to. I can't mark this up, so let's copy and paste this. Okay. Even bigger. There we go. And I set the transparency to 75. There we go. Top. So all right, let's set it a little lower actually. Let's do yeah. So the top part, so he can be essentially be separated into two parts. So the top part is 4 different circles. So a circle on top of a circle with 2 circles on the side. So like this. With the arms, just 2 lines kind of pointed in different ways. And then the body is essentially just like this cylinder. And then with tentacles, you know what the deal is. So this form is what we want to sort of stick to. So we have 3 circles with a circle on top and a cylinder on the bottom. All right. So, I'm going to make this even bigger still. It's going to be massive, because we just want to make him just about the size of this paper. Perfect, yeah, because I like this pose. All right. Okay. So this is how I'm going to start it. So I start with that circle that is his chest. I'll draw the one up top that is his head, and then I'll do the shoulders afterwards. So I am just tracing it over it. Let's see here. Yeah, so that's fine. And then we'll add these 2 smaller circles for the eyes. We'll put this line here just for his mouth. And then his other mouth, his main mouth. Let's see, how many teeth does he have? Just like the two, I think. Okay. So it does have this little extra divot for his mouth just to add some shape to it. And then we'll do the cylinder. And we'll just get these tentacles in there. Okay. So if you've been following so far, you can see, and I guess he has these sort of tusks, or whatever they are. Oh, I guess they're just more tentacles. So breaking down the form like this is one of the basics of drawing. So this is going to be something that really takes you far. So it seems a little boring, but it is essential to getting good at drawing. So if you're able to break a form down to these basic shapes, rest assured you will be able to get good at drawing it, even if at first you don't. Okay. Not as bad. Yep, so we have the hands, we have some finer details that we missed. You know, we missed these spikes, we missed these red part of the green stuff. We don't have the brain at all, but you can see how this looks here. This really does resemble him from a picture that we used as a reference. So let's go one step further. So we are going to add a new layer. Just restart our drawing, because what I want to do is have my own interpretation of him, right? Because once we have the shape and the form, then we can improvise, because we know the basics of what we're drawing. We can, the formula essentially, you know, we know the formula of what we're drawing, so now we can redo that formula. So let's go ahead. So what I want to do in my mind, I have like a cool vision, because I want to draw him from sort of the top down. Fix this circle. Correction. And I want to see, what does he look like with his mouth open? I think one of these. Okay. Yeah, it's good we have the reference, because we can see here with his mouth open, he just has his two teeth. So yeah, so we're going to do this. So we're going to do this. And he has just like a, basically a lizard tongue. He has that sort of V. Yeah, so this one, he has square teeth, whereas on the top he has the sharp teeth. And I get, you know, those tentacles slash tusks. I'll go ahead and add those in. So here he has the, if we want to have his mouth open here, we can. Just to refer back, so yeah, it has. So his brain is separated by a line, so I didn't do that before, but it's something I noticed, but I didn't say. So you can see that middle line for his brain. And we can start erasing these lines that aren't helping us. And we're going to go over this again. So anytime you make a mistake drawing, don't worry about it. It's nothing worth stressing out over. You can always basically recover from it. So his brain has these sort of twirls. Now, I don't know how in depth we're really going to get with the brain matter, but because what we really want now is just a cool drawing. So we're just going to do just enough to make it look cool, because that's our goal today. So we can see his shoulders have sort of mouths on them. It's just like two, just like that, kind of. My shoulder is bigger, but you know, it doesn't matter too much. We've got our spikes. Spikes are just the fun part, so you can just slap those on wherever. Actually, okay, I like this because I like this sort of asymmetry. Okay. Let's get a few more lines for his brain so it curls around. And there's one like this. It goes like in a loop, and then it goes this. And when you're drawing, keep in mind you can always trace back over it to refine it. So that's actually huge, because you do not want to be worried about lines overlapping each other. What you want to be worried about is that your lines are the shape and the direction that you want them to go. So as long as those things are, you can see there's like bolts. Okay. So we can even just erase this to kind of show the congruity. So there's like bolts here. And then there's like something else. Yeah, he has big ones on the side of his mouth. And then like smaller ones like here, I think. Okay, and we're just going to sketch in these smaller little, you know what, we're going to leave those, We're not going to do that right now. Just going to refine this mouth a little. Now we can just get rid of this. And when you're erasing lines, when you erase lines, it's to establish the order, like the depth, because these shoulder pads are above, like if this is his body, if he's lying down on the ground, right, his shoulders are going to be above his body. So you can see the difference here. And so when we are drawing his shoulders, we draw them over top, so they overlap and they are over top of his body. Okay. Just drawing some extra spikes. And his spikes are pretty much just straight. Okay. So we're going to draw the rest of his body, so I think it'll start like actually here. And it just has like almost kind of roots. I really like how that turned out. I can have this go just a little bit more. And now we can draw the tentacles. Well, they connect right in front of it, so let's go back in with the darker line and refine this. This needs to be a little bigger. And his tentacles, they don't have much. They're very simple shapes, so you don't need to add any complexity like I did. I was trying to get a little too fancy. If you don't need to get fancy, don't do it. Just keep it simple. And now we need his arms. So his arms just come out from the purple part, from the under part. So we're just going to give him 2 arms. Yeah, 2 arms on each side. Actually, we're going to do this on a new layer. This is a huge advantage of drawing digitally, is we can actually just go new layer. And so when you're drawing arms, it's just 2 rectangles. I'm going to add some dimension to them. So they start out normal, like with the rectangle, but then they have this sort of blobby shape to show that they're going into the foreground. I don't think I'm going to have quite enough room for all this, unfortunately. I'm already really happy with how this is turning out. I'm really enjoying this guy. Just adding some details to the brain. I'm gonna redo the spikes on this side. Oh my gosh, I always do this. This is also this is also a problem with drawing on 2 layers, is you forget which layer you're on. I'm gonna undo these brain details because they're on the wrong layer. Okay, I don't know how to rename this. Whatever. No, I don't like those. His horns on his head because I wanted it to be I'm going to give him like 2 horns like this, even though that's not necessarily what he has. And just give him some text because it'll look cool. Oh, that's good. Alrighty, so I think this is awesome. I really like this. So I'm just going to further refine this. So you can see how we went from something simple to something more complicated. And it's always going to be through the use of simple shapes. If you just try and start complicated immediately, you're not going to be happy with the results most likely. You know, that's just how things are. When you start simple and then get complex, that's when you get good results. I am really enjoying this. And if I went over this one more time, I know this would be an awesome, awesome drawing. But the sketch has so much potential that you can, or you don't necessarily need to finish it at this point because we've done things the way that we wanted to. And let's get the hands in. We're going to add some color and then call it a day. I'm actually going to do hands on another layer actually. So here's 2. He only has 3 fingers, so 1 thumb and yeah, and his claws are like attached directly. He only has like, yeah, it's just like this. So to draw the hand, we start out with the square. We draw 2 smaller squares and then a claw. It's that easy. 1, 2, claw. 1, 2, claw. You can draw a line like this. That's how I draw the palm. So just a hint at the fingers. Whenever you're doing a drawing, if you can't fill up the space, just do your best. So you can see just these hints of fingers just helps just bring home that illusion that we are looking at something real. Get these eyeballs in. Oh my gosh, I keep doing this. It's on the wrong layer. So it's the hands, it's the arms, everything else. So I'm going to just shade in these darker areas, and then we're going to add some simple colors. Man, I am so happy with how this has turned out. There's some minor things that I would change, but let's just drop in some colors. Let's do some minor erasing, and then we'll drop in colors, and that'll be that. Okay. Like this much. All right. Some final touching up. There we go. So I'm so happy with this. So this is going to be the coloring layer. So let's see, how do I color? Brush. Why doesn't this color? Okay, there we go. So, oh yeah, so we actually have this here. So if we go, we can get the dropper. Let's get this lime green. Yeah, so this is the color layer. What? I don't know why this is not painting. Oh, I need to do on the paper. Okay. Okay. Yeah. What? I don't know why it's doing this. Well, I can't figure out how to color this. I've never actually colored in this program. Well, you know what? I think we're just going to call it there for today. So this is already a fairly long video. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. And hopefully you learned how to draw BeMeebEth. So let's actually add his name just here as the last thing I'm going to do. There we go. Awesome. I like that so much. Have a great day. Bye now.